Hello everybody, hello and welcome. My name is Jake and I am the community manager here in Pixel Worlds. Today we're going to go and create our own world and also talk about what makes a good world. You know, many times I've been asked, what does it take to get a world of the week? And I hope that after this video, you guys will know much more. But now let's go and start creating our own world. But first, in Finland, you know, we have this saying called hyvin suunniteltu on puoliksi tehty. And in English, that translates to well designed is half done. So first, of course, we are going to start with planning. First, you should think about what kind of world you would like to make. To get inspiration, I suggest you to go and visit different World of the Weeks, go to Pixel Worlds Exchange to scout out for different type of blocks, and also go to your own recipe book. Look at those recipes and think what kind of blocks you would like to use to get the inspiration. Then pick a world type. For example, is it a parkour world? Trade world, hangout world, so what kind of a world you really want to create? Or maybe it's going to be a hangout world with some exploration or something. The next thing is to pick a theme. The theme can be, you know, practically almost anything. Maybe it's going to be a medieval castle, a sci-fi spaceship, or fantasy rainbow. You know, here the only limitation is your own imagination. Today I'm going to pick a parkour world with some exploration and also a little bit of problem solving. The theme of the world, I think it's going to be an underground ruins, because in one of our previous updates we added these ruin blocks and I really wanted to create a cool big world with these blocks. The player should start maybe from the above ground and try to find their way to the treasure room or something similar. I think that would be a very interesting for the players to enjoy. Now, first we have to think about the blocks that we're going to need, and of course we're creating this ruin thing, so we're gonna use the ruin blocks and a lot of other blocks that's, you know, are very fitting for that theme. Because our theme will go underground, we can use a lot of soil to fill the gaps, and we are going to need a lot of cave background as well. By designing like this, I can also bring the cost of the world way down. And also, I don't have to clear the whole world from soil blocks. One way to first create this kind of a world would be to do it first completely in the pixel planner that Ninkai has created. That tool only works for PC, and the link to that is in the description, but we are going to create this in another way. We're going to use a lot of soil blocks first to do the outlines, and then we are going to replace the soil blocks with the actual blocks that we want to use at the end. Because we are going to do it like this, we can first design and create the whole world, and we won't waste any expensive blocks because we already know where we are going to place them. In the beginning, we are first going to create a surface world with some trees and maybe a house that will have some portals for us to travel through to get to the correct part in the world. This will also help us so that we don't need to go through the whole parkour. For example, to the end of the world, each and every time we want to replenish the prizes when the world is done. Remember that when you are creating a parkour world, you need to add enough checkpoints so that the user, you know, won't get too bored of running the whole parkour through over and over again each and every time he dies, for example. You can also add a death counter so that the player only has a specific amount of lives to get through the whole thing, and you can actually decide this at the end of the world creation process. But you should really think about that when you are creating the world as well. What I'm going to do here as well is to replace the world lock with Battleworld Lock, and then I will disable hitting. This will stop the automatic regeneration from players, and I don't have to use so much death traps, and I can be a lot more creative with lava and poison traps, for example. I think this will give another new aspect of, difficulty, and it will also be very interesting for the players to go through this kind of world, so you don't actually have a lot of lives, and you really have to think about your own hit points whenever you take damage. When I think about this, I really get like a feeling that I'm creating a Mario or a different type of platformer type of game inside our own game. I think this, it goes pretty close to that. Or creating new type of levels, and at least the game creator portion of my soul gets so hyped when I'm creating a world like this. Okay, but let's continue. To add exploration aspect into this world, I will add some signs that will tell you the right portal to choose to be able to progress in the ruins. And then if you don't explore and you go right into the portals and just try them out, you will probably get punished, either by losing your life or taking damage, or by simply, transporting you to the beginning of the world or something very similar, but only if you choose the wrong portal. Of course, you can go and try to guess the right portal, but I really don't suggest for you to do so in this world. When you finally get the world done, with the soil blocks, like here, we can start to gather the needed blocks from other players, try to trade them, go to the shop, maybe even the Pixel Worlds exchange would be a good place to start gather up some needed ruin blocks and everything. But if you don't have enough byte coins or world locks to buy the needed blocks, or you just want to save your wealth for items or something, then I suggest you to choose the blocks that in the start that you could farm. For example, ruin blocks are farmable, so I could just theoretically, I could just crossbreed them and then start to farm the needed blocks into this world. One of the points why I chose ruins as my theme is also exactly this. They are farmable blocks, so I can just farm them if I want to. Remember that this is kind of very important when you are thinking about the design of your world. So can you actually afford to make it, or could you just maybe farm the blocks and do this kind of cool world like practically free? Finally, when we have enough blocks, we can start to replace the soil blocks with actual blocks that we want. When that is done, you should look at your world and think about, is it done already? Or does it need anything else? Is there some parts that could be done better, or does it work? This is also a great time to ask your friends to test out the world and ask them for their opinions and what they think about it. Is it too hard? Is it too easy? Do they actually like it? After you have tested everything out and you are happy with the creation, it is not done yet. To be able to get something like World of the Week, you need to make it look good. And to do this, you should add different type of props to that world, so that, for example, here in the ruins, it won't look so empty, and it will make the world so much more interesting. Adding some broken pots, chains, spiders, bats, and that kind of different props that really fits the theme, we can really bring the world alive. Then it's time to add the prizes and the prize boxes at the end, and voila, the world is done. After that, you should add a rating board to that world and start asking players to try out the world. Come to your world, give a rating. A really good tip here for the prizes would be to add the extra blocks that you got from creating this world. People really love to go to different worlds, and they can see what you can create with them and then get those actual blocks at the end. It's just a quick tip that will really make your world popular. When you're thinking about getting players to your own worlds, there are a few good ways to do that. Global message is a good way, and you can also come to our forums, pixelworldsgame.com, tell everybody about it, and also to our Discord, discord.gg/pixelworlds. There is links in the description as well to those, so if you want to come and tell us about your world. To get your world to be a world of the week, you need to tell us about your world, you know? Remember to let the developers know. If we don't know about it, then it is not possible to get it to be a world of the week. And there are multiple ways to do that. One is to do it from our forums, create a post into the World Showcase section with a tile, for example, ruins for World of the Week, or whatever is the world name for your world, or something similar. Another way is to come to the live streams that I do each and every Thursday, if you can, and, well, tell me live about your world, and we will probably go and check it in the actual live stream, and everybody can come and try out that world. And the third way to let us know about your world is to send a message to the support, you know, support@kokori.com. Email us and tell us your world, and remember to add a title to your email. For example, here it could be ruins for World of the Week or something very similar. I hope this video will help you out if you want to create your own cool world. And remember to come and check out this world. Jake is the world name, and tell me in the comments, you know, do you like it? Should there be something different, or what? And there are also cool prizes, so you can come and actually win these ruin blocks from the world, so come and check it out. And of course, I'll see you in Pixel Worlds.